Yeah, I think the weight distribution is definitely one of those must-haves on this particular load. We got quite a bit of stuff jammed in here already. Mattresses, ATV, side by side. Getting ready to put generator in here, camping gear, and all that fun stuff. But the weight distribution is working out wonderful because the truck's not sagging at all. This is going to be a lot better. I had estimated it at about 6,300 pounds fully loaded, but according to the cat scale it was like 5,960, so roughly 350 pounds less than what I expected. Well, we finally made it. I can't tell you guys enough just how excited I am about how the Jeep did. It was wonderful. It actually did a really good job. We went across the cat scales just because I was curious how much that trailer really weighed. I had estimated it at about 6,300 pounds. Turns out it's around 5,960, so just shy of 6,000 pounds. I had the rear gross axle weight rating maxed out. This is pretty much the most you can get away with pulling with a Jeep, but it did a really good job. We're set up here in the campground at Badlands Off-Road Park, and I guess the next steps go up to the office and sign in, get our permits for the weekend. I'm glad we made it. It was a pretty long trip. It took a little longer than 4 hours actually, but we're here and it's hot and it's sticky, but we're gonna have fun. There's the one that Bandit would like. This is my son's first time at the Badlands, and this is exactly what he was looking for. This place is pretty cool as far as the trails go. They've got a lot of stuff we don't really have down in Kentucky. Oh yeah. It's doing pretty good out here though, isn't it? This is what you came for, sand. Yeah. These guys think they have jet skis. Chevy Suburban on street tires. I kid you not. Hey guys, so we finally made it back home from the Badlands. That was a long trip, about 5 hours each way. A little bit longer than I had anticipated, but it was fun. You know, I think my son had a really good time blasting around on the sand. You know, that's the thing about the Badlands is they've got some things that you don't normally see at off-road parks in the eastern U.S. I mean, we have a lot of wooded trails, a lot of mud and rock ledges and things like that. But it's not every day that you see acres and acres and acres of sand, and that was kind of cool to play around on the sand and see some different terrain for a change. So it was fun. The rules up there are a little weird, the way they do things. You know, like right now it's June, you know, it's daylight at 6:30 in the morning and it doesn't get dark until 10:15 p.m. But they only let you ride from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you're losing 5 hours of daylight, you know, that you can't ride up there because of the way the rules are. Kind of weird, but aside from that, it was really fun. Had a great time. You know, they do have mud. They do have trails through the woods. They've got some, you know, rocks and, you know, some different things to play on. But the sand, I think, is the main attraction. So if you live somewhere in the Midwest or even, you know, in Kentucky, Ohio, maybe even down Tennessee, if you haven't been to the Badlands, you need to go check it out. It's pretty awesome. As far as the Jeep here, I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled. I'll have to be completely honest with you. I was a little bit worried about this trip. I knew that the EcoDiesel was going to have plenty of power. That wasn't a concern. And the trailer has its own brakes. That wasn't a concern. You know, the thing I was worried about was the handling, like I mentioned before. But that Husky weight distribution setup was awesome. It really took a lot of the sway and wag, you know, out of the trailer when we hit the wind. We hit some pretty bad crosswind on I-74 West, and it just, you know, it did a great job. It really did. Coolant temperature stayed in check around 220. Bear in mind the heat index was 100 degrees outside, so it's a really hot weekend. And towing all that weight still stayed around 220. Transmission was 195 to 200, somewhere in that ballpark, which I'm very happy with. So the truck did great. Averaged about 12 miles per gallon towing that 6,000 pound huge box trailer down the interstate. I mean, you just can't beat it with a stick. I mean, there's a lot of guys who don't believe, they still don't believe that these are trucks. They still consider them to be a Wrangler with a bed on it, which it is not. But I mean, I don't know how else I can prove it to you. This thing did just as well as any full-size truck that I've ever had. And guys, I've had a lot of full-size trucks with diesels, V8s, you name it. This thing does a really good job towing. I'm very happy with it. All my fears are gone now. So, and those towing mirrors that I put on there, the Rampage towing mirrors, they actually help. I still can't see behind the trailer because it's an 8.5 foot wide trailer, so I still can't see behind it. But these little Rampage mirrors, where they stick out several inches farther, they do let me see farther down the lane beside me, if that makes any sense. So I can see more in those than what I can see in the factory mirror, which is the point. And it did help lane changes, you know, made it a little safer because I could see what was coming up behind me at more distance. So those worked out great. That Kurt Echo wireless Bluetooth trailer brake controller worked awesome. I mean, there's nothing to install. You just plug it in, plug your trailer wiring into that, download the app on your phone, and you're done. It worked great. Worked exactly as advertised. I love it. So everything's awesome, you know. I'm very happy with it. I don't have any fears now. I can tow whatever I want to with this Gladiator. So that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, if you haven't been to the Badlands, you should at least check it out once. I think you'll love it. Next video, we're going to get into tires, a little bit of a lift kit, maybe a couple other things. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.